I've made no secret on this channel of my love for cartographers, not just my favorite in the roll and flip and or write genre, but just one of my favorite small box games, not to mention one of my favorite Thunderworks titles of all time. So when I saw that the same publisher-designer combo were coming out with a follow-up in Stonespine Architects, well, they had my curiosity. But then I got a chance to take a sneak peek at the game at PAX Unplugged 2023, and well, now they had my attention. So today on the Cardboard Herald, we're taking a look at Stonespine Architects, a puzzly dungeon builder, point grabber, stone slabber follow-up to Cartographers. Minotaurs, no longer just for roaming labyrinths in Greek mythology or having labyrinths on their face in the best MTG artwork of all time. Now they're building the labyrinths, and you're one of them. Now's a good time to say, I don't know that you're actually the Minotaurs or just working with the Minotaurs, but it's cooler to pretend that you are one. Each round of Stonespine Architects has you and other players simultaneously draft 4 cards to assemble into your dungeon. In the 4 empty spaces in this round's row, which would be simple if it weren't for the fact that you assign a card each time you draft, and each card, in addition to having interlocking tunnels, have varying monsters, traps, treasures, and income, not to mention come in 2 delicious flavors of cave or stone, all of which can play into the game's competitive ranking goal card, your personal blueprint that rewards points for having features in certain positions and dictates the entrance and exit, itself giving points for connectivity, and the bonus scoring cards players snag at the end of each of the first 3 rounds. Once 4 rounds zip by of 4 cards drafted by each player, dungeons consisting of 16 cards are complete. The game ends and the Minotaur with the most points wins. Now this all sounds pretty straightforward, which it is, but all in all, there's a good amount of dungeon delving goodness to scratch beneath the surface. I really like that each round you can see the snaggable bonus cards and the tokens available in the market. These are bonus features that you can purchase and add to your dungeon. It tugs on the cards with each hand passed to you as you consider what to add to your dungeon, often with a heavy helping of future speculatory possibilities. Which brings me to the market phase. See, at the end of each round, you get gold from the current row's gold production and any treasure chests in your dungeon, and the player with the most gold gets to purchase or pass first, which is constantly reevaluated after each purchase. So in theory, if you just buy small things, you might be able to take successive turns after each other before anyone else gets an opportunity to buy something. On the other hand, you might just buy something big straight up to make sure that you have it and no one else grabs it before you. In either case, once you pass, then all remaining gold is zeroed out, but you then take the next available priority order in line, which breaks ties for scoring and market turn order next round. Not to mention, when you pass is when you get to claim an available bonus scoring card, so if you really want to, you can forego buying anything to just snag a juicier, more synergistic card. What this all amounts to is a game that has a lot of subtle but very important choices that you're going to make, impacting what you do both in the immediate and the long term, which is pretty dang cool for a game that's otherwise a fairly casual card drafter. Stonespine offers a lot in a pretty neat package. Solid game fundamentals, not overly flashy, but really nice components and organization, and a tight competitive solo game that should come as no surprise given Thunderworks' emphasis on automa in the past, essentially preserving the gameplay on the part of the player, with opponents snagging cards, tokens, and scoring bonuses based on 1 card flipped per round. It gives you a lot to puzzle, both in terms of your own dungeon optimization and what you're willing to feed the enemy. If there's any major criticism to levy at the game, it's to lean in more. Give me more reason to connect tunnels outside of points. Let me lure in combating adventurers through my corridors of death, and give meaningful strategic connotation that separates different traps, or a kobold from a goblin from a slime, aside from various tick boxes and set collection nonsense. Yeah, I get that it'd increase the complexity, but it doesn't change that it feels like the concept and fundamental structure could accommodate another lane or two. But this isn't an issue of absence so much as merely an issue of possibilities. But as it stands, Stonespine Architects is a tight drafter with some really fascinating and challenging layers to consider, much like the labyrinthian structures you're building in the first place. It fits a different niche than Cartographers, but certainly bears familiarity, such that fans of one should definitely look into the other. I don't think it topples Cartographers as my favorite Thunderworks game of all time, but I can easily say that it's among their best. And that's our review. But let me know, what is your favorite or you think most interesting sophomore combo between a publisher and designer, a follow-up to an existing game, and how did it stand against your expectations? Put it in the comments below, and as always, thanks for watching, thanks for supporting, thanks for being such a great community. You know that I've been Jack for the Cardboard Herald.